Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Wednesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page so you can watch it on demand. Today is February 13th, 2019, and now the News at Noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a handyman who was involved in an argument with tenants intentionally caused an explosion that leveled a brick row house in Denver, injuring 9 people, including himself, authorities said. Todd Perkins, age 56, was arrested Monday on suspicion of arson and attempted murder, said Captain Greg Pixley, a spokesman for the Denver Fire Department. It's unclear if Perkins has an attorney. Perkins, who lived in a camper on the property near downtown Denver, sparked the August 14th explosion that destroyed the 6-unit complex, Pixley said. Perkins disconnected natural gas lines to a furnace, a stove, and a water heater after breaking into one of the apartments, investigators said. He then poured gasoline throughout the basement to further fuel an explosion. Pixley told the Denver Post while pouring the gas, he inadvertently splashed gasoline over his clothing, Pixley said. Perkins turned up the furnace to spark the explosion, but he made it only to the top of the basement stairs before it ignited, Pixley said. Perkins was blown through a wall and became buried in rubble. Perkins and another person were hospitalized after the blast. 7 others were hurt but refused treatment.
Reported in the Journal File Photo, a convicted felon with a half-dozen pending cases in Montezuma County combined courts was arrested on Sunday in Durango after a 2-hour standoff with police. Durango police were notified by the Cortez Police Department early Sunday that 35-year-old John I. Finocchiaro was possibly staying at a motel in Durango, according to a post on the agency's Facebook page. Commander Ray Shoup with the Durango Police Department did not immediately return phone calls on Monday afternoon seeking comment, according to the Durango Herald. Finocchiaro was considered armed and dangerous, the Facebook post said. Finocchiaro, who had 7 pending cases in Montezuma County, was arrested February 3rd in Dolores for possession of a high .9mm rifle. 4 days after the arrest, Finocchiaro was scheduled for a sentencing hearing on January 2018 felony menacing cases, but he didn't show up. Public Defender Kenneth Pace informed the court that Finocchiaro was being treated for suicidal ideation at the Crossroads at Grandview facility at Mercy Regional Medical Center. Durango police responded to the motel, which is not named in the Facebook post, and confirmed Finocchiaro was renting a room there. Quote, for the safety of other motel guests, the adjacent rooms were evacuated, Durango police posted. Officers then contacted Finocchiaro, who refused to come out and barricaded himself in the room, the Durango Herald reported. Officer Lawande made contact by phone with Finocchiaro and negotiated with him for almost 2 hours, at which time Finocchiaro decided to peacefully surrender himself to the custody of the officers, police posted. Finocchiaro is facing a slew of charges in his 7 pending court cases, including several felony menacing charges, several felony bail bond violations, and possession of a controlled substance. According to the Journal archives, Finocchiaro has been convicted of multiple felonies dating back to 2002, when he was convicted of assault with a deadly weapon. In 2012, he was convicted of felony menacing for use of force with a deadly weapon. The Dolores resident in 2013 provoked the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office to lock down Dolores High School. Law enforcement saw Finocchiaro walking near the school after they had tried several days to locate him on a Colorado Department of Corrections no bond warrant for parole violation. In 2014, the felon was sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty to a firearms charge. Most recently, Montezuma County Sheriff's Office on February 3rd arrested Finocchiaro in Dolores for felon in possession of a firearm. According to that incident report, Finocchiaro became agitated as officers placed him in a patrol vehicle and he slammed his head against the cage. While in the patrol vehicle, the incident report states Finocchiaro claimed he was having a heart attack. Medics were called, but a deputy transported him to the hospital because Finocchiaro continued to slam his head. He was medically cleared at Southwest Memorial Hospital and then resisted deputies again. A deputy struck Finocchiaro with his knee to get him into the patrol vehicle. They recovered a high .9mm rifle and 9 rounds of 9mm ammunition wrapped in a sweatshirt. Possession of a firearm by a previous offender is a Class 4 felony. Finocchiaro also had an encounter with deputies the day before that firearm arrest. He was cited for disorderly conduct after arguing with a woman at the Rio Grande Southern Hotel in Dolores. An MCSO incident report states deputies had been called to the hotel twice in recent days for the same complaint. On February 20th, Finocchiaro is scheduled to appear in Montezuma County Court on 4 cases. The next day, he is scheduled to appear in 22nd Judicial District Court on 3 other cases.
From the Durango Herald, a Bayfield babysitter accused of abusing an infant child was found not guilty on all charges Monday. After a 2.5-day trial, a jury of 6 people acquitted Bridge Craig on 2 counts of child abuse. After the verdict, Craig left the courtroom in tears with her attorneys. Calls to her attorney, David Greenberg, were not immediately returned Monday afternoon. Prosecutors accused Craig of leaving an infant child in a child car seat unattended for extended periods of time, including in an office, a bathroom, and a closet. They said the incidents occurred from January 1st, 2017 to August 16th, 2017 in the Bayfield area. Craig was a daytime caretaker of an infant belonging to Elizabeth Quesada and Brian Miller of Durango. Sheena Goldsboro, a special prosecutor from the 22nd Judicial District Attorney's Office, told the jury last week the alleged child abuse started in January 2017. She said Quesada noticed every time she picked up her daughter she had a dirty diaper. As time went on, her daughter became sensitive to the word no, Goldsboro said. During a chance encounter in October 2017 at a city market in Durango, Craig's former roommate informed Quesada of 3 specific times she saw the infant being abused, which led the mother to contact law enforcement, Goldsboro said. Formal charges were filed March 9, 2018. Defense attorneys said the allegations were fabricated by Craig's disgruntled ex-roommate, Sarah Hobbs, and were brought to law enforcement by the mother in a rush to judgment and weren't properly vetted by police. When Craig took the stand late Friday, she adamantly denied ever abusing or neglecting the child. She reiterated that the charges were brought on as a form of retaliation.
Reported in the Journal, Photofile, and Erica Alvaro. 3 Montezuma County properties associated with a recent marijuana raid have been put on notice for foreclosure, according to recent legal notices submitted to the Journal. The 3 properties are the Ocean Pearl Restaurant on Main Street, a home on South Chestnut Street, and a farm on County Road V in Lewis, Montezuma County. The reasons for the foreclosures listed on the notices include payment defaults and, quote, other violations of deed or trust covenants. If debts are not repaid by March 27th, the properties will be put up for public auction according to the notice. Specifically, the properties are at 300 East Main Street, the Ocean Pearl, 316 South Chestnut Street, and 21875 Road V. All 3 were among a handful of sites raided by multiple agencies in August. The grantors listed on the foreclosure notices are Jimmy Dang and Ki Yu Wu, who were both arrested and charged in U.S. District Court with manufacture and possession with intent to distribute 1,000 or more marijuana plants, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The original beneficiary or lien holder is the Dolores State Bank. According to the notices, the reason listed for the Lewis's properties foreclosure is, quote, default in payments and other violations of deed of trust covenants. For this property with a deed of trust date of June 20th, 2014, the original principal amount is listed as $107,000 with an outstanding principal balance of $95,924.44. The other 2 properties were combined on the same notice, both with a deed trust date of August 5th, 2011. The reason for their foreclosure was listed as violations of deed of trust covenants. Their original principal amount is $175,525 with an outstanding balance of $84,782.58. According to the Montezuma County Assessor's website, the Ocean Pearl property was purchased for $195,000 in September 2010, the South Chestnut Street home for $206,500 in August 2011, and the Lewis Farm property for $139,000 in June of 2014. Keenan Lovett, the attorney with the firm Kelly R. McCabe, is representing the bank in the foreclosures. He said the case is in the midst of litigation, and if defendants Dang and Wu are able to prove they have not violated the deed's covenants and provide the payments they owe, the property will not be put up for public auction in March. He would not specify what the violations were, citing the ongoing litigation, but added that the defendants had requested time extensions on the court hearing to gather additional evidence. The raids and subsequent federal indictments involving Dang and Wu were connected to a Chinese or Chinese-speaking drug ring under investigation since a large raid in Rifle in 2016. That according to the Drug Enforcement Agency in Grand Junction.
Reported by the Cortez Journal with a photo of Tsotsi. A Cortez man pleaded guilty Thursday to assaulting an EMT who was treating him after he passed out in Montezuma Park on New Year's Eve. Prosecutors asked that sentencing be left open for Thurman J. Tsotsi, age 41, who has picked up another charge since December 31st. 22nd Judicial District Chief Judge Douglas Walker is handling the case. Montezuma County Judge Jenny Lynn Lawrence recused herself because she knows the victim. Walker said Tsotsi faces a range of sentencing options on the misdemeanor charge of third-degree assault. He could serve 2 years in jail or probation. Walker ordered a pre-sentence investigation and set a sentencing hearing for March 7th. According to a Cortez police report, an officer saw Tsotsi passed out on a bench in the small city park about 7:30 p.m. on December 31st. Miranda Luddington, a Southwest Health System EMT, checked Tsotsi and determined he should go to the hospital. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Looking at the national map, most of the country is dry with a high pressure holding steady. Florida sees some more thunderstorms, while remnants of the storms in the northeast remain in place with that low pressure across the Canadian border, keeping snow in the forecast all the way back to the Pacific Northwest. And it's a mess in the west with mixes of snow, rain, and flash flooding, a concern for much of California with that unsettled weather reaching to the Rockies. Which brings us to our regional weather. A Pacific storm system will bring widespread rain and snow to the eastern Utah and western Colorado tonight. Heavy snowfall is expected across the mountains, with snowfall accumulations from 2 to 6 inches expected by early Thursday morning at the upper elevations. The valleys will see a wintry mix with an inch or two of wet snow possible. A very wet Pacific storm will bring more rain and snow Thursday afternoon through early Friday, with heavy snow expected across the mountains once again. Gusty winds of up 40 to 50 miles an hour anticipated for exposed passes and ridgetops will bring blowing and become an issue for driving. Unsettled weather will remain in the region through early next week, with temperatures dropping below normal over the weekend. So our local DCTV 5-day outlook is showing today a 40% chance of scattered snow showers, mainly after 3 p.m. Cloudy with a high near 40 degrees, south winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, the chance raises to 50% of scattered snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 27. New snow accumulations of less than a half an inch are possible, and then continue on Thursday with an increase now to 90% chance of snow showers likely before 11 a.m. Then rain and snow showers likely between 11 and 3 p.m., and then periods of rain showers after 3 p.m. A mucky, muddy day if all this sets up for us the way they are telling us. The high will be near 40. South winds will be 10 to 15 miles an hour. With it being so moist, the new snow accumulation estimate is of less than a half inch possible. There should be a dirt road mud estimate as how deep and slimy. The nighttime temps for Thursday night will only be just under freezing, about 28 degrees, so we'll have to see if the mud sets up as they expect. Rain showers before 3 a.m. and then rain and snow showers likely. South winds continue at the recent average pace of 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation remains at 90%, with new snow accumulation again of less than a half an inch possible. And then we head into Friday with a chance of snow showers before 11 a.m. in the morning, then a slight chance of rain showers in the evening, partly sunny with a high near 42. South-southwest winds are consistent at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And Friday, it's just a 30% chance, so it could be spotty. And then Friday night, it increases to a 40% chance of snow showers, mainly after 11 p.m. as the temperatures drop to 22 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Saturday right now, it holds for a 40% chance of snow showers, mainly in the morning, partly sunny with a high near just 33 degrees. Saturday night, we head back into some below normal temperatures, mostly cloudy with a low around 14. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high again near just 32 degrees. Sunday night, a slight chance of snow showers sneaks in after 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 18. And don't forget, next Monday is a holiday, Washington's birthday, mostly cloudy with a high near 33. Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 14, and at least we know that the mud will be frozen by Saturday, it looks like. And now, back to the news.
From the Durango Herald, a mobile home caught fire Friday morning on West 4th Street, just off South Broadway in Cortez. Smoke rose from the chimney of the home, but no flames were visible from outside. Two people who said they lived in the home evacuated safely. The emergency call for assistance was broadcast about 11 a.m. Friday, and the fire was out about 40 minutes later, according to Scanner Chatter. A Cortez Fire Protection District engine, tender and rescue truck responded to the mobile home park. Cortez Police and Montezuma County Sheriff's Office, Empire Electric Association, and Atmos Energy also assisted on scene. Cortez Police Lieutenant Andy Brock said his officers saw smoke in the attic of the trailer. He said one man was inside the structure at the time of the fire. He was unhurt. A Cortez Fire Protection District employee said Chief Jay Balfour is on vacation until Monday and no one else is able to speak for the department.
Reported in the Durango Herald and AP, federal border authorities say more migrants have been arrested after illegally crossing into the United States, marking the second wave of 300 people or more to arrive in New Mexico in less than 24 hours. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said Tuesday that the latest group of 311 people made their way around the pedestrian fence at Sunland Park late Monday. The other group of 330 Central Americans was detained early Monday at the more remote Antelope Wells port of entry to the west. While more than 24 large groups of 100 migrants or more have been apprehended in the region since October 1st, authorities say this marks the first large group encountered at Sunland Park. Like the previous instances, this group also included Central American families and unaccompanied juveniles. And in related news from Reuters, phototheconservativebrief.com, Congress on Wednesday was up against a tight deadline to pass a bipartisan accord to avert another partial U.S. government shutdown. But President Donald Trump could still torpedo the deal that denied him all the funds that he's requested for his U.S.-Mexico border wall. On Wednesday, CNN reported that Trump planned to sign the deal into law, citing two sources who have spoken directly with the president. Representatives for the White House could not be reached immediately for comment. The president had said on Tuesday that he was not happy with the deal. He did not rule out vetoing the legislation, but also said he did not expect another shutdown. The congressional vote could come as early as tonight, Wednesday, followed by the Senate passing it as well, so that it arrives on the president's desk by Friday to avert another shutdown.
From the Durango Herald, children in southwest Colorado are less likely to have all the vaccinations required by law compared with their peers in other areas of Colorado, according to a new report released by Children's Hospital Colorado and the Colorado Children's Immunization Coalition. In La Plata and Montezuma counties, between 90.9% and 94% of students in kindergarten through 12th grade were up to date on required vaccinations during the 2016-17 school year, according to the report. The median immunization rate among K-12 students in the state was 94%. Even though it sounds like an A-, it's not enough to keep safe from outbreaks, said Dr. Jessica Cataldi, a specialist in pediatric infectious diseases with Children's Hospital Colorado. Archuleta County's immunization rates were lower than those in La Plata and Montezuma counties. The report showed that in Archuleta County, between 58.8% and 90.8% of students had up-to-date immunization in the 2016-17 school year. An immunization rate as close to 100% as possible is key to protecting those with compromised immune systems and young children, said Tiffany Switzer, Prevention Health Services Director at San Juan Basin Public Health. 16 of Colorado's 64 counties achieved an immunization rate of between 96.3% and 98.9% among school children, the highest in the state, according to the report.
Reported in the Journal File Photo, Bureau of Land Management Law Enforcement Ranger Tyler Faust has been named acting manager of Canyons of the Ancients National Monument. Faust will serve in the post until May to allow time for the hiring process of a permanent manager. He plans to return to BLM law enforcement. Former monument and museum manager Marietta Eaton retired this past December. Quote, "My job will be to keep the monument running smoothly and keep ongoing projects moving forward," Faust said during the Southwestern Colorado Cattlemen's meeting this past Saturday. He has been a BLM ranger since 2002 and was posted in Southwest Colorado in 2014. As a ranger, he's familiar with the 176,000-acre national monument west of Cortez and is responsible for protecting natural and cultural resources. He informs the public of BLM rules, conducts investigations, and advises monument visitors of the proper protocols for viewing ruins and artifacts. Faust has been a BLM ranger in the Montrose area for the Moab District and at Grand Staircase National Monument. Also, Amala Posey Monk will take over as manager of the Visitor Center and Museum of Canyons of the Ancients National Monument. That post was also previously held by Eaton. Posey Monk comes from Grand Canyon National Park, where she served 15 years as an interpreter and educator who developed Grand Canyon's distance learning and youth programs. She will manage volunteer and education programs for the museum and the monument. She can be reached at 970-882-5621, or you can email her at aposeymonk@blm.gov.
From the Durango Herald with a photo from Felice Frankel from the AP, scientists figured out how to hide a shot inside a pea-sized pill, creating a swallowable gadget inspired by a tortoise shell that can inject medicines like insulin from inside the stomach. Patients usually prefer oral treatment and comply with it better, but many compounds, including insulin for diabetes, can't survive the harsh trip through the digestive system. The new invention, reported Thursday by a Massachusetts Institute of Technology-led research team, has been tested only in animals so far, but if it pans out, it might offer a workaround to making not just insulin, but a variety of usually injected medicines a little easier to take. Scientists have spent decades trying to develop oral insulin and replace at least some of the daily shots that many people with diabetes require. Attempts include ways to protect insulin from digestive breakdown and then help it be absorbed through the intestine into the bloodstream. So far, none has reached the market, although some closely watched candidates are being tested. An ingestible injection could bypass the hazards of that journey, letting insulin absorb through the wall of the stomach, said Dr. Giovanni Traverso, a gastroenterologist at Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital and a senior author of the study.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. February 28th, Ballantine Communications invites you to join a cocktail party and magazine unveiling for their inaugural edition of the Southwest Colorado Women in Business magazine. They will celebrate the 2019 Top 10 Women in Business. Tickets are limited and are available at the Durango Herald, 1275 Main Avenue in Durango, and the Journal offices at 8 West Main Street in Cortez. They're $10 each. It'll run from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Powerhouse Science Center in Durango. And Saturday, February 16th from 12:30 to 4 p.m., Growing Smarter Together, an agricultural roundtable discussion on increasing individual produce production through collective solutions. Join other market farmers to share skills and explore collective solutions that will help increase your farm's income through more efficient production, harvest, and marketing strategies. In the roundtable, you will identify bottlenecks limiting your farm's production, harvest, and sales, explore necessary skills, knowledge, resources, and actions to address these inefficiencies, determine and initiate collaborative solutions to these bottlenecks, and learn about local labor pool development efforts begun by the Rocky Mountain Farmers Union and Fort Lewis College, and come away with opportunities to attend farm demonstrations and to access farm business consulting services with the Small Business Development Center. And tomorrow, Friday, February 14th, in addition to Valentine's Day with special dinner offerings at both the State Line Bar and Grill and the DC Rack House here in Dove Creek, the Elementary Parent Seminar will be hosted by the Dove Creek Schools, running from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. This seminar is to inform parents of the intervention and IEP processes, which will, as well as any other program they use in the elementary school. They will repeat this seminar at another date if enough parents are interested who cannot come on this day and time. They will meet on February 14th, an hour before the class parties begin in the Elementary Commons area. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.